Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we are going to talk about how to explain projects like a pro. So one of the biggest reasons that I am still seeing a candidate getting fail in interview is because they are not able to explain this specific part of the project. Like what have you done? What is the domain that you have worked on? What are the KPIs that you have built in your project? What kind of how did you get the requirement? And also in this video we're going to sort all of that and we will see how we can do that. So the first thing is having clarity on what we are working with, or like on the domain that we are working. So first thing is you need to know what is the domain that you are working. So like say example, we want to talk about like the first, is it a healthcare domain that you are working in, or is it a retail, or is it sales, or is it finance? So first pick a domain. So if you are someone from non-experience background and you're trying to face interviews, first sort out this question: what is the domain that you are going to pick for yourself? Is it a healthcare, is it retail, is it sales or finance or whatever? If you are already an experienced guy, so you don't have to worry about that. But if you're not an experienced and you want to talk about this, then this is the first a hurdle point for you. Let's say you are picking retail from this. Okay, so retail you have picked. So now when you pick that retail, what are the KPIs that we can create in this is something that you need to learn. This is something that you need to explore. Okay, like say revenue part is there, profit part is there, sales part is there, or trend part is there, or top and products or whatever like this. So this type of KPIs we can identify in the domain that we are going to work. So this is the first hurdle that you need to solve. Second question is always whatever the domain that you have identified, create a dashboard from scratch on that. Okay, it is very important because it will help you answer all the unanswered questions. Many of you guys, I see that they want to keep healthcare project, they want to keep retail related project, they want to keep sales or finance, but they haven't created any dashboards on that, or they have simply downloaded it from the available sites in the public domain. That is not going to help you. If an interviewer decides to grill you down on that specific part, you might be able to answer a few questions on top but not in detail. So that is why it is very important for us to create a dashboard. This is something that you can always do, or keep doing this. Like say in this, always take the raw data. Okay, take the raw data, talk about how you know talk about how have you cleaned the data. Okay, after that what tools you have used, how have you structured the data or the dashboard. So this you will get only when you're doing, like what kind of filters you have applied, what is the cleaning that you have done on the data and all. So if you need a data set on this, or if you need, you can just message me or email me. I'll just try to provide you some sample data sets so that you can prepare. Okay, like say here after doing this we can also tell that if at all I really want to talk about that, I will tell I used SQL, okay, to join tables and create sales trend, or have profit margins, and adding filters or parameters to my categories for user selection. Something of this sort of explanation I can add in my during my project explanation. Third, so first we have identified the domain that we want to, explain. Second part that we have learned is, creating a dashboard from the scratch on the domain that we have identified. Third part is know your project. This is very important. Okay. So unless and until we don't know what is the project, we will not be able to again justify our answer. Like say, what do I mean when I said know your project? We should know what is the problem statement. So define a problem statement for yourself. Okay. So if you're someone you are trying to create a story, then first create a problem for yourself or for the data set that you are working on. Then what is the source that is there for you? Okay. Are you going to use a SQL server, or you're using a CSV file and all? Where did where did the data come from? This is something that you need to know. Next is data preparation. Okay. Data preparation, what are the preparation that you have done on the data set that you have? Visualization design, what kind of charts have you created and all, and then impact or a result. Okay. So identifying the problem statement, and then identifying the where the data is coming from, preparing the data so that you can create insights or create dashboards designs on that, and finally knowing how that dashboard is going to help you or your client. This is something that you need to know. Okay. Three important points we spoke about. Okay. Domain, identifying domain, uh, creating dashboards from scratch, knowing the project, identifying the problem statement and resolving that, and knowing how it can help the client that who is using that dashboard. Okay. So next part is practice your explanation. Fourth part is practice your explanation. So you need to write it down what is that you want to talk about in the interview, so that you can explain to the interviewer in detail. Okay. So like say the business problem was identifying uh, why profits have dropped, or what is the sales trend and all. So like that you have to tell. So I have used Tableau so that it gives a clear understanding on the trend of my data, or the dashboard has helped us in identifying the bottlenecks in the project, in the product design, like which products were widely used, which were not used and all. So you have to speak in that manner. That is when they will understand that okay, you have really worked on something. Okay. So this is something that can help you in identifying and defining and explaining in interviews. If you need a clear and precise answer or an explanation, you can always join the project explanation part from my YouTube. Under the join section, you will see project explanation. Do join that. I'll give you a customized, project explanation according to the project that you have. With that said, I'm ending my video. See you in the next video. Till then, bye bye and have a good day.